In 1908, three brothers formed a UK company to make aircraft. A few months later, they secured the world's first contract to build 6 Wright Flyers, making the Short brothers the world's oldest aircraft manufacturers. Little did they know at the time the remarkable journey their company would take and the significant impact it would have on the history of aviation.
They built the first all-metal wing stressed aircraft. They then had the flying boats, and that continued right through to the first vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, and then right up to Shorts being, at that time with the SD3 series aircraft, the first real regional aircraft company in the world.
In 1936, the Short brothers moved their factory from Rochester to Belfast, where it was thought to be less vulnerable to enemy attack. And during the war, the government stepped in and took it over. However, as the years went by, the lack of investment was an obstacle. The turning point came in 1989 when the Canadian corporation Bombardier acquired the business.
The agreement between the government and Bombardier was signed this morning by the Secretary of State Tom King and Laurent Baudouin, the chairman of the Canadian company.
2 significant things came out immediately from the privatisation. One was a capital investment, and that went to the tooling, the equipment, the facilities in the company. And Bombardier and the UK government, as part of the privatisation deal, shared a £200 million investment programme. But I suppose the bigger long-term strategy that we got involved in then was the involvement with Bombardier in the regional jets. Shorts became an integral part of the Bombardier regional jet programme at that time, which was the CRJ-200, the 50-seater aircraft, and that really set the scene for Shorts' involvement in all future Bombardier aircraft.
Following huge investment by Bombardier, its Belfast operation is now a centre of excellence for the design, manufacture and aftermarket support of large aircraft structures including fuselages, engine nacelles and wings. Over the past century, aviation has developed at an enormous rate, becoming a hugely competitive and fast-paced industry. The aggressive growth strategies of China, Russia and India are having an enormous impact, whilst customer demands for less costly and more environmentally friendly technologies are impacting on all aspects of Bombardier's strategy and manufacturing approach. Belfast's capabilities include around 40 years of experience in the development of advanced composites, with a current manufacturing portfolio of some 30 components. This gives the business a significant advantage over relatively new entrants to the aerospace industry, who are still developing their capabilities. Successfully developing and applying new technologies, particularly in the field of advanced composites, will form the cornerstone of the company's future plans.
The technologies that we're seeing on the wings that we're starting to introduce at the moment, probably the technology roadmap dates back 10 or 15 years, which means, if you turn that around, that we're actually currently looking about 10 years into the future to look at future technologies that we would hope to bring to the market.
Interestingly, the Belfast operation must compete alongside external competitors, even for contracts on Bombardier aircraft. Its expertise led it to win the package to develop and manufacture advanced composite wings for Bombardier's new C-Series aircraft. It's being backed up by £520 million of investment in the research and development of the wings, together with an entirely new factory, representing the largest ever inward investment in Northern Ireland.
The development of resin transfer infused composite wings is a huge game changer for us in Belfast. It's really completely changing the shape of the business here, as witnessed by the kind of investment that we're seeing in the factory, in the product development, in the number of people that are currently employed in the contract, and the growth that we see in that. So it's been very significant in terms of the business in Belfast and really sets the scene as we go forward.
The government have been supporting the UK aerospace industry with increased R&D investment over a number of years. Then they've looked at the strategy of being a centre of excellence within the UK for wings. And what the government are doing with us and what we're doing with the C-Series expands on that and builds on that as we look at how can we develop a composite wing for the C-Series which will support Bombardier, but will also build on the UK strategy for investment in wings and composite wings in particular.
As the world's third largest civil aircraft manufacturer, Bombardier has the widest offering of both commuter and business aircraft. Indeed, every 3 seconds a Bombardier aircraft takes off or lands somewhere in the world. With 5,000 highly skilled employees, Bombardier in the UK is the largest manufacturing employer in Northern Ireland and is playing an important role in all of these aircraft programmes, from design right through to a comprehensive aftermarket support service to airlines and customers.
One of the strategies in which we're trying to differentiate ourselves is to ensure that the customer has service facilities and service networks available to them on site. And for us in Bombardier Belfast, that means expanding our service offerings to customers, mobile repair teams being a case in point for business aircraft, so that whenever he lifts the phone and he's in difficulties, he knows that somebody's going to respond and get him out of trouble.
For Bombardier, future success is not just about big investment in new products, factories, equipment and R&D. 4 years ago, the company launched a transformation programme which aims to address the growing global challenges and the exacting demands of customers through a focus on engaging and developing its people and encouraging them to drive continuous improvement.
We've been here for 100 years and we believe the transformation supports our aim to be here for the next 100 years. But we believe our people fully now understand the importance of competing in a global market, and they're much better aware of that than what they ever were as a result of the transformation programme.
Bombardier Belfast plays a major role in the community. It allocates 2% of its profits every year to its charitable foundation, which supports employability, educational, equal opportunity, community regeneration and environmental initiatives. Bombardier plays a central role in the Northern Ireland economy. It produces around 10% of Northern Ireland's manufacturing exports, and salaries and wages amount to some £160 million per annum.
What makes a difference will continue to be the people. And being based in Northern Ireland, and given our history, our political history, our social history, we always need to do things faster, sooner, better than everybody else, simply to stay ahead of the competition. That's been part of society in Northern Ireland. It's been part of the reason Shorts has sustained its business here, and it'll be part of the reason that somebody will be celebrating our 200 years anniversary.